Hey, my name is Robyn Whitworth and I'm a Beachbody coach, and I'm making this video to help you understand Beachbody nutrition plans. One of the biggest questions I get when people are like, oh, I don't know if I want to follow the nutrition plan, is it like a diet? And I have to explain to them that the word diet just means what you're eating. So you have to say, okay, is the diet that I'm eating now serving my body? If you're overweight, if you have blood pressure issues, if you're having hormone issues, then the diet you're choosing right now is not serving you. So yes, I would suggest a change in diet. And what's awesome about the Beachbody nutrition plans, I'm pointing back here because this is what we're gonna talk about in a second, I'm really excited about it, is that they have professional, like way professional nutritionists, dietitians, people that put these plans together based on what they're doing with the physical part of the programs. So if you are starting a Beachbody exercise program and you wanna see changes in your health and in your body, there will be a nutrition guide that goes with it. Because if it's like a muscle building program, you want to be eating foods that are really good for building lean muscle and for, metabolizing that type of, or dealing with that type of energy that you're gonna be needing for that program. And so they'll give a little booklet for every program that has a list of foods. You can see a couple of pages from the program I'm doing now. I've got my protein next to my kids' job chart, proteins, and my carbs listed right here, because those are the ones that I forget all of my options. Fruits, veggies, my peanut butter and stuff like that is pretty much easy for me to remember which ones are healthy. But in that group, I'm like, oh yeah, what am I picking from my fridge here? So I keep those on my fridge. But every program will come with that, and you'll see I've put a little circle around the ones that I like the most so that I can remember. Anyway, so Beachbody has their foods set out into different categories. They've got vegetables that are green, fruits that are purple, proteins are red, carbs are yellow, healthy fat is blue, seeds, oils are orange, and like butter, peanut butter, nut butters is gray. And they know that fats are healthy for you, and so they make sure to include fats in your plan. And based on how many calories you need, based on your goals, whether you're losing weight, whether you're gaining muscle, whatever your goals are will be listed in that little nutrition booklet. And it will have your, you'll figure out, there's a little formula, your current weight, kind of what your goal is and what range you'll want to be looking. It'll have a calorie range, although I'm not a huge fan, and neither is Beachbody, of counting calories, because it's really complicated, and it's actually really simple to eat healthy when you don't worry about calories. So they just say, well, you'll be getting about this many calories with this many servings. So you can see my husband is on plan E, and he gets this many vegetables, this many fruits, this many proteins, blah, blah, blah. I'm on plan A. I get this many vegetables, this many fruits, this many proteins, this many carbs, this many healthy fats, and so on. And what I've done is I break this down over the day. I take a supplement called Shakeology to make sure I'm getting my micronutrients and my macronutrients every single day, which helps with my energy, digestion, and everything, and awesome gut health. So I look and I say, okay, I'm gonna need 4 proteins over the day. I'll have one at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then for a snack. So there's my 4, and then I've got my fruit through the day. I like to have fruit with my dinner with my family and fruit with my breakfast. I need to have 2 carbs. I'll have those at lunch and dinner. And then I need 3 veggies. I always have a veggie at lunch, and I have 2 veggies for dinner. And then my healthy fats usually for dinner, because I love cheese with stuff. And that's usually my healthy fat, or avocado. And then I usually have peanut butter in my shake. And then I'll usually mix in some cocoa or another nut butter with my protein, because it's usually like Greek yogurt or cottage cheese or something like that. So that's kind of how I plan out my day. So I have fruits and veggies and those things that I can grab. Now my husband, he has a lot more servings than me, right? So he's planned his day a little differently, but when he packs his lunch to go every day, he just makes sure in his lunch that he's got some carbs, protein, some oils, and his vegetables and fruit. And that goes in his lunchbox. And that's in the form of things like, leftover pork chops with potatoes. And for a vegetable, he'll just open a can of whole beets or there's leftover vegetables from the night before, green beans or something, or he'll throw in a little cup of carrots with a little peanut butter dip or something for his nut butter, and then he just throws in an apple. Sometimes he takes Greek yogurt. I mean, it's having it laid out on the fridge like this is really helpful for us, because we're like, oh, what's for lunch? I need a protein, carb, veggie, some oils, okay. That can be a dressing, that can be seeds, that can be, sunflower seeds or something. And that way, it's super simple, you guys. We pack for trips and we think, okay, what are we having? We're gonna have tinfoil dinners at the camp out. For breakfast, we take our Shakeology packets and shake them up in our shakers, and that's super simple. Or we have maybe a sausage egg sandwich. So we say, oh, that's my protein and my carb for the day. So at lunch, I'm gonna wanna make sure and have carrot sticks on hand. If I'm gonna have a burger or something, I'll just go without the bun to save my carbs for dinner. You start to think that way when you're used to seeing it laid out. So whichever nutrition plan you pick in Beachbody, you'll be able to see that they have the color codings in the booklet. Like the carbs are yellow, the proteins are red. I don't know if you can see that. And they have them all color coded for you. So as you're picking and choosing what you're eating, say you're having lasagna and you're going, okay, this is tomato based, there's some oils in there, there's cheese, there's meat, there's pasta, and you can kind of pick out and say, okay, that's a carb, that's a protein, that's a veggie, that's a healthy fat. And then you just know that that's pretty much what was on here. I just needed to add another veggie and a fruit, and I've got my dinner. So you don't have to get super scrupulous with all the spices and everything, but think of the main macronutrients of that meal, and you can see how it can fit. So let's talk about macronutrients and micronutrients for a minute. So micronutrients are like vitamins, minerals, that kind of stuff that we need to get a lot of supplementation, or we get from supplementation, because unless you're really scrupulously following which fruits and vegetables and herbs you're getting every day, you'll be hard pressed to find somebody that actually is getting everything that the human body needs without taking a multivitamin or a mineral supplement or something. So those are your micronutrients, those little things that help build your cells, that help your liver, that help your hormones. And macronutrients is like your protein, your carbs, and your fat. Those are the big nutrients that like fuel the body all day long. And so we need both. And I found for a long time that I wasn't getting my micronutrients, and that was affecting how my body was functioning. My regularity, my hormones, my headaches, my energy level, my digestion overall wasn't as good without getting all my micronutrients. So I learned about this in a book and from a couple documentaries and other sources that I had. And I would go to a nutrition store and try to piece together these different things I needed. And I didn't know that Shakeology had all of that stuff in it. So that is why I use Shakeology every day. Shakeology is a shake that is a meal replacement. It's not a protein shake. I get these packets, and it has fruits, vegetables, carbs, protein. So it's a whole meal, and it's got your micronutrients, your minerals, your vitamins, your probiotics and prebiotics, and really good stuff in here for your body. And I use it for breakfast every single day. My husband does too. He chooses to have his over here in a canister. He also likes to have greens. Beachbody has a Power Greens boost because a lot of times he's not eating enough fruits or vegetables. So he can throw a scoop of that into his shake and he can get a serving of vegetables that way. Anyway, but the Beachbody nutrition plans, if you're into counting macronutrients, you can adjust. Most healthy eaters will have like a certain amount of fat, certain amount of protein, certain amount of carbs every day for their macronutrients. And Beachbody meal plans have all of their stuff laid out where if you were to log all your foods, you would see that it follows a very healthy macro counting pie chart. If you know what I'm talking about with macros, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, and you don't care about macros, then it's not important. Because if you're following this, you're gonna get a healthy diet. So I hope that helps you understand the meal plans. It's very simple. And like I said, if you have a good Beachbody coach, they'll help you find the program. They'll help you make your first couple of weeks of, you know, what do you usually eat? What are you going to be eating now? What sounds good to you? And they will help you put this together so that you're not like, oh, I don't know what to do. They'll help you make your first shopping list and stuff like that if you have a good coach. Anyway, so I hope that helps you to see kind of how it works, what the colors mean, and I wish you the best of luck on your program. I hope that I'm your coach. If I'm not, message me and become one of my awesome clients.